What's up, guys? This is Ed here once again for the Blood Type Online YouTube channel. And I know I haven't been with you guys in a while here on the channel, so we're returning here with another edition of Review in Blue. And one of the things I wanted to cover for this one is something that I knew a lot of fans were going to be excited about, and I was pretty excited about it too, which is the Blu-ray set of the first season of The Walking Dead. Okay? Now, obviously, you guys, I'm sure, if you're a horror fan at all or a zombie fan, you've been watching the show and keeping up with it like the majority of us have. But a lot of people were looking forward to the Blu-ray, or DVD, if you will. But I wanted to show you guys some of the things that I think are pretty cool about the Blu-ray. Obviously, you get all 6 episodes of the television show, including the first edition, the first show, which was 90 minutes on television. A little bit shorter, obviously, on the set. But so you got all 6 episodes. You have a making of The Walking Dead, which I already watched. It's a pretty good little feature about the entire making of the series, how it's based off the comics, what they wanted to do with the show, talking about getting it on AMC. Frank Darabont, Robert Kirkman, a lot of the stars of the show, people like that, talking about what it was like to make the show. Pretty typical for a making of. Nice little behind the scenes kind of thing into the making of the show. I enjoyed it. It's nothing mind blowing, but it is good. Definitely worth a watch, and it's a nice little feature to have on here. Also, they have something called Inside the Walking Dead episodes 1 through 6. These aren't very long. They're probably, I'd say, about 5 to 10 minutes at the most, and you get one of them for each separate episode of the show. So basically, what I did is when I went and watched an episode, I'd put in the second disc and I'd check out the making of or the Inside the Walking Dead episodes. It just complements each single episode, and the people behind it kind of talk a little bit about what it was like to play their characters, what they were going for, basically just more insight into the show. So it's pretty cool. Once again, nothing mind-blowing. There's a sneak peek with Robert Kirkman, basically just showing some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. It's not very long. Just talking about some of the things that are going to happen. I mean, he doesn't give away any spoilers. It's nothing that, people are going to be going nuts about. But it's still something kind of cool on there. There was also, I don't know how many of you guys paid attention when the show first came on, but there were a lot of these internet videos for The Walking Dead, from The Walking Dead, basically. The creators and stuff put some of the videos online. And one of the ones that I remember seeing was there was how to do your own zombie makeup with an effects creator, and Greg Nicotero were in the video. And basically they put together all the videos for you on here. So it's kind of cool just to see how you can create zombie makeup from stuff laying around the house. And to be honest with you, I'm sure these are tricks that a lot of independent filmmakers use on their no-budget zombie movies. So I thought that was a neat little addition, probably about 10 minutes or so. They just kind of give you a quick rundown of how to do it. It's step by step. Kind of neat too, especially for like the younger horror fans out there who might be checking this out. There's also a convention panel with a lot of the actors, the producers, Frank Darabont, Robert Kirkman, Greg Nicotero, in which they're talking about the series. Each member of the cast introduces themselves, who they play on the show, and they kind of just explain a little bit about their characters and things like that. So I thought that was pretty cool, and that's the panel from Comic-Con last year. It has the Walking Dead trailer, which you guys, I'm sure you've already seen since you've seen the show, and we were watching the trailer ridiculously before the show even started. There's also extra footage, which I didn't really get into yet, but I'm imagining it's just some extra stuff cut out of the show. Just a little bit of bonus footage stuff for everybody, which is pretty common on stuff like this. So overall, I would say it's pretty cool. It's definitely it's a 2-disc collection. I actually picked it up at Best Buy, which had a sale going. I think it was $23.99 for the set, and they had a bunch of other zombie movies that if you buy this, you actually get them for $10. And the only one I didn't have was Evil Dead 2, so I picked that up too. Since I already have the Evil Dead, I figured that was a must-have for the Blu-ray collection anyway. So just wanted to tell you guys about that. I definitely recommend it because I really like the show. And I'm pretty sure, even if you don't pick it up for sale right now, I'm sure eventually you could probably get it for a really good price. Like I said, there's only 6 episodes of the show on it. It's a two disc set, and I'm assuming that from here on out, like the other seasons, hopefully there's more than just one more. But they'll probably be bigger sets with more episodes, because I know they've ordered, I believe it's 13 for the second season. But just for everybody out there who was wondering, The Walking Dead Season 1 is on Blu-ray and DVD now. I would definitely recommend that you pick it up. I like it a lot. If you haven't watched the show at all, it's time to pick this up. I think if you're any kind of a fan of zombie movies, or just zombies in general, this show has something for you. And even though the show is on AMC, I don't know how many people out there watch shows and things of that nature on AMC, but they actually let them get away with a lot of stuff on the show. There's a decent amount of gore. The language isn't cleaned up or anything, and it's a pretty good interpretation of what the comic book is, with some changes added in there. So if you're already a fan of the comic, I think you'll enjoy this show. And if you've never even seen the comic, I still think that there's something in here for you. It's amazing too, because when this show first came out, the one thing that I'd noticed through people that I know personally is a lot of people that weren't big horror fans, or even zombie fans for that matter, watched the show and really enjoyed it. That's because Robert Kirkman, for those of you not familiar with the series at all, or the comic specifically, Robert Kirkman's a big fan of zombie movies, and he was always the type of person that would kind of want to see what would happen after the movie's over. And basically, that's why he started writing The Walking Dead. And that translates pretty well into a serial or a television show, because it could just continually go on and on and on. And the cool thing about it is, at first when I read this, is back when I first started checking out the comic books, I didn't really know how to take it. Because it just sounded like there's no end ever in sight. It's just going to constantly keep going and just eventually dry out and be kind of boring. But that's not really the case. The thing is, that allows them a lot more freedom with the TV show and with the comic, because, and I won't give away any spoilers, and not too much of the stuff happens in season 1, but I'm sure in the next season or 2, we're going to see some of this stuff. And what I mean by that is, you're going to see main characters get killed off. You're going to see a lot of shifting here and there towards the things that the show seems to be focusing on. And me personally, I really enjoy that. I think it's cool. It changes it up. It allows new actors to come in and do some really exciting things. And that's another thing I wanted to mention about season 1 is Michael Rooker shows up, who you guys might know from Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, and tons of other movies. But he shows up on here in a really cool role, as does Norman Reedus. You guys might remember him as one part of the Boondock Saints. A great cast, great actors, great guests, great cameos. The zombies are amazing. The gore's extremely good. And believe it or not, in watching some of the special feature stuff on here, there was one particular thing that I'm not going to ruin. I'll wait, if you guys want to go out and pick this up, you'll see what I mean. But there's some CG work on the show that's actually really good, and it's not what you think. It's not like, somebody gets shot and there's guts everywhere and it's all CG and blood that's CG and all that kind of stuff. They do some really cool stuff with the show to basically give some zombies a little added effect. And I think it's really cool, and it really works, because there's some of it that I didn't even notice is CGI, and I have a pretty good eye for that kind of stuff after watching this stuff for so many years. So, but yeah, definitely recommend The Walking Dead Season 1 on Blu-ray, that is. It looks great, cool special features, good price, can't beat it. So, and this is also something I see myself revisiting quite frequently, throughout the years, I'm sure. So, that's another edition of Reviewing Blue. I'm Ed. This is the Blood Type Online YouTube channel. See you next time.